So welcome back to On the Road Truck Simulator. We're on gameplay number 64. You join us in the docks in a different truck for a change, since we are not driving the box truck. We're in the container chassis this time around, and so we're doing container deliveries, and as you can probably see. So yeah, and so what we did then, as I'll show you, we're actually currently in Magdeburg at the moment, as I say. We've done a couple of off-stream deliveries with the truck and the containers and that. But what we did, we swapped trucks, some employees in the box truck now. He's in the box scania, and San in the container chassis. We sold the cattle and trailer, and I mean the tractor unit for the cattle trailer. We sold that, so that's still there, the trailer, but the tractor unit is sold. So that's the point now, that we swapped trucks now, and I wanted to get this one now, container chassis, for a change. So yeah, so we have that in there at the moment. So we'll just have a look. My employee's doing some deliveries at the moment as well. He's currently driving bricks to Frankfurt at the moment, so he's on his way. So yeah, we've got him on the box truck, so he's doing his thing, and I'm going to do my thing now. So get myself sorted. But we've still got this issue, and you might know, I'm going to try and assign 2 containers, but you probably know the issue now. Where should we go this time around? When Magdeburg? Dortmund might be alright actually. Let's go to Dortmund, and we'll take another one to Dortmund as well, or Duisburg even. So we'll do that, take 2 20-footers and a brutal one and the food limp one. So we've got 2 of them. Weight's right in position, so we'll do this. That's us. So we'll hop in the truck. If it's going to work, and but it's probably not, because I've done this off stream and we're not going anywhere. I mean, just what the heck is going on? Why can we not move the truck with 2 containers? This is a problem now. I mean, for quite some time. I still haven't gone along and fixed this. So something I'll show you what I mean about, and is to show the warnings. So I'll get them on. So truck overloaded, reduced loaded goods. So you know what I mean? It's legit, and it's obviously not working. So we're going to have to abort one of them, unfortunately. The assignment going to damage our reputation, unfortunately, again. So we'll have to trail with 1 container and our skateboards behind us. So what are we going to do, to be honest? It's just bonkers now, the way things are going now. So let's get ourselves back in tackle, get that all thing. We actually need to take a wee rest here now, actually. So stack now. So get that, lights on, handbrake off, and be on our way. So I hope you guys are doing well. Apart from these issues, this game has still got issues, unfortunately. We're still, as you see, we've still got the issues with the containers. I mean, truck being overloaded, as you saw. I mean, still can't fix those wee issues still. We're still stuck with a broken game still, half the time. It's just, as the case says, I mean, this game is not had an update in 6 months, and they've still got those issues, you know, the truck being overloaded, you know. And there's actually a video on my channel, actually, a legit video of me hauling 2 containers on this patch. Like, it's there. But why is it such a problem, you know? Why is it so much of an issue now that we can't do 2 containers now? We always have to just drive 1 container and have a skateboard behind us, literally trailing a skateboard. At least have someone on it, you know. Why can they not fix these things, you know? 6 months without an update, we're still left with a broken game, you know. And also, yeah, we've still got issues again with the other things as well we've got in the game, you know. And the fuel stations, easy tank deliveries probably still don't work either. So if you deliver to an easy tank, like the markers for example won't show up fuel deliveries, or driven to a fuel gas station, you can't deliver it because the markers, the drop off the markers that would actually show up and don't show up at all. So you're literally and you have to just drive, or you literally drove all the way there and the markers don't show up. So we have issues again, right in front of us, trucks hitting the railings. So you drive all the way there and then it's all for nothing, because you have to abort it, like, you know, because there's no way to actually drop off the cargo at fuel station because the markers aren't shown on the actual you know, the actual bit of the fuel station. So you're driving all the way there for nothing really, and you have to just abort it, you know. And that's the point. I just don't do fuel deliveries, easy tank deliveries. Just drive to brutal or like shipping and you know, all these other companies, you know. Just don't know the easy tank ones and you'll be fine. But as I was saying earlier, also we just damaged the truck there as well, you know, so a moment ago there. Going to probably damage that again. As I was saying earlier, I had 2 containers on one of my streams that I did quite a while back now, on this patch, and shoots legit, obviously, so obviously can work, but I just don't know if it was something to do with the weight of the containers. I don't know if it's something that I'm not looking at when doing and carrying something, but I'm not seeing that, you know. I'm not seeing what's in. I'm not seeing what all the numbers mean, you know. I thought that's just the weight of the containers, but just at the end of the day, it's just numbers, you know. It still should work no matter what. I mean, I should be carrying 2 containers here. You're just buying you're buying that trailer for nothing at the end of the day because it ain't going to work. You know, it's just ridiculous now. All these issues coming in this game now, and that's what's putting a lot of these gamers off this game now. It's giving this, people are just giving up on this game now. All the issues, and you know, also the PS5 upgrade, as I say before, we're playing the PS5 upgrade and still kind of doesn't look any better than we were playing before, you know. It still looks like a last gen game or PS3 game even, you know. It still looks kind of, yeah. So now the AI popping in, you can still see how bad it is. AI popping in, you know, all that. It's still acting up like it's a PS3 game. There's more stuff popping in the distance there. I even think the you know, driving at night as well, it was like a lot darker now as well. It's not any different, you know. Get the cruise control on. Shouldn't be like this, you know. It Shouldn't be like this on current gen games. Stuff popping in, you know, trees still looking pretty bad, you know, all that as well. But you know, yeah, this game has had its fair share now, and you know, this game probably looked even better when it was released back in February 2021. You know, it's not ended. Austin spent nearly 2 years on this game. Nothing's really come to end. Nothing's really materialised for this game, to be honest. At the end of the day, we're still waiting on updates for this game. If we ever get an update for it, you know, like the main fixes, obviously you have to display the game with all these issues with the overloaded trucks, missing fuel station markers, you know, things that are just simply fixed, and there's all the trucks just magically spawned in. That's how bad this game is now. You know, all these issues. So yeah, you know, it'll just rest off a broken game, you know, half-finished game, you know. It's 2 years in there when we should have a perfectly running game, you know. You know, like Truck Driver, we think that's better now because that's a bit more stable, you know. There's not that many pop-ins in that game compared to this game, you know. Obviously, Truck Driver being a smaller map and this game being massive, you know. It's like night and day, obviously, with both these games, you know, Truck Driver and On the Road. Like night and day is Truck Driver's got a small map and this game is huge, and this has got licensed truck brands and Truck Driver doesn't. But both games have obviously not had any updates for ages. Like this game has not had any updates in 6 months now as we speak. And obviously they're focused on the sequel, I guess, is Heavy Haul Cargo Simulator game now. They're focused on that one now, which is the game, probably their main game. They want to just try and finish it and, you know, get it all done and dusted. You know, get that game probably high standard in this game. You know, why not put all this stuff in On the Road? You know, why don't put it in this game? You know, why can we why can we not have all this in the current game? You know, wasted potential now, isn't it? Eh? I'm going to be a bit cheeky. I'm going to take a wee nap here, I think. As everything gets spawned in the fuel station. I'm going to drive in the day. I don't really like the night driving. To be honest, and I'm going to be cheeky and just, you know, I'm going to just stop here. So it's a bit better now. Get the lights. I think we've got the lights off. Let's do some daytime driving, eh? Yeah, we're in the scania, you know. Still working at us, the Distant Waters, so the original OG company. But yeah, they're focusing on the Heavy Cargo Simulator. That's the main focus now. Get everything on there, get a third person mode on there. You can drive a mobile crane. You can load up cargo in that game with the crane in this game. There's nothing to do. I mean, you do get your truck obviously and stuff, but you know, it's just anything else. Like they've not put all this stuff in On the Road. You know, like On the Road could be like the main focus, to add that update and On the Road, to implement it in the game and the onset. You know, just don't leave us with a game, you know, in this state. You know, that's the thing. You just don't. Why can we just get an update? You know, communication as well from the games. You know, the last post that appeared up on their socials was in June 2022. Obviously, June 2022 is, and we're in October now, so that's months ago now. The Steam wheel support, obviously, which wasn't really a major patch. I don't think it really counts as an update, really, game-wise. We're still kind of in what we were saying before, the April patch that we had. That's what I mean. It's just a wee minor thing. Wheel support came, and that was it. And you can see like all the fog up there as well, for example. It's still quite bad. That's how bad I was saying about this game, you know. Next gen as well, my current gen still being quite bad. Fog as well in this game. It's so 1999 saying that as well. All these things, you know. That's what I mean. But yeah, the communication, I think, obviously on the road, I don't know. I mean, obviously they're now, or Sim Next, obviously, and I mean Next Sim are obviously focused on the other titles now, with Firmbus coming out maybe the end of the year sometime, or next year. That's possibly a potential game to look into, maybe again, because it's like a bus simulator, like a Euro truck simulator. Buses are driving around Europe, but not in the UK, I don't think, but around the rest of Europe, you're driving buses on autobahns, motorways, kind of like this. It's like a big map, I guess, probably altogether. You know, that should be quite fun. But I don't know if there's anything going to. I don't know if there's anything going to happen with this game. Obviously, just as I say, move on. I guess I've probably moved on to another game now. Yeah, and obviously the same developers that do the bus as well, to Bus Simulator and Firmbus. So the game should look pretty much a bit solid Unreal Engine rather than Unity. With the Unity engine obviously being a bit of the elephant in the room, I guess, for a lot of simulation games. That's why everything kind of pops in, you know. I feel like that's one of the main issues, Unity engine maybe being one of the games are sort of badly rendered, big maps maybe aren't as suitable, you know, for games like this, you know. But I know what you mean. Just trying and just you know, we'll just have to see what the bus and Tourist Bus Simulator, I mean Firmbus is going to be like. Hopefully it's a potential game bringing on the channel in the future. I mean, I want to see Tourist Bus Simulator, I mean Firmbus Simulator being a good hopefully a potential game. But we'll have to just see on that one, don't we? We'll just play the waiting game and hopefully it'll come out, and I'll play a bit of it. I'll play a wee bit of it. And yeah, what else? Construction Simulator. I want to try and play that on the channel in the future as well, because that's got Scania trucks as well. I mean, I played a bit of Construction Simulator off stream for quite a long time, you know. I was digging into that game for quite a while now, and you know, like yeah, Scania trucks and that as well as a plus point as well. Lots of things in that game, you know. Just so sticking to it for hours in that game, you know, off stream. I want to try and bring it on the channel in the future. And what other games? Got this train game called Train Life, a railway simulator as well. Recently got that one. Played that as well. But that's going to be something as well, hopefully, to bring on the channel in the future. Don't know what else. Hopefully more Tourist Bus Simulator as well to bring on the channel. I mean, there's lots of games out there now, you know, to actually suckle into now these days. Obviously we've got some like extra stuff with Train Sim World as well. Got some like bring on the game as well, bring on stream as well. Train Sim World, they had some, I mean, not Train Sim World 3, but Train Sim World 2020, as I maybe say it. There's like I've got some additional routes now to show you. Hopefully, put it on stream as well. Hopefully that will be something you might enjoy as well. And what else then? I think that's probably won't be playing this game on stream as much these days, because there's not very much to say. So that's probably going to be the point now, is just to move on and see if there's any more potential trucking games. Maybe Alaskan Truck Simulator, when that does come out, you know. It's been ages for that game, you know, Alaskan Truck Simulator. I don't know when that's ever going to come out on console. I think it's going to be on PC and then it'll come out on console. I don't know. There's so much potential titles coming on console, I guess. Simulation games, hopefully. Firmbus. Probably the bus might come out in the future as well. That has said Scania on it as well. But yeah, going back to this game and Truck Driver. I mean, Truck Driver hasn't had any updates in a year now, so don't get me wrong. I think Truck Driver's definitely looking like it's unlikely to have any more updates after the map DLC if it ever comes out. I've not had anything from Truck Driver, to be honest, you know, anything on their social medias. I mean, I've kept up on their socials and checked out their Discord as well. I've not had any, you know, anything about Truck Driver as much. Or what you're probably saying when the Heading North DLC's coming, but it's just, it's always the same comment most of the time that we reply back to, you know. It's, well, hopefully, it's definitely coming, but you know, we'll hopefully get some info very soon. But you know, it's been a while now, eh? More than a year now since the map DLC was supposed to come out. I mean, all the delays, I don't even know what the reason why it's taking them so long, since it's been last year they were supposed to release it and then they had issues, and I mean, these issues have really went on now. Like it's a bit screw left now the way things are going now with Truck Driver. If the map DLC is going to come out, if it's legit or not. I mean, hoping it's going to come out, you know. But it's just, why would it take this long, you know? I mean, a year. I mean, they also had the map completed and optimised on their test video that they showed just back in January last year. I mean, January this year, beg your pardon. And it's just, now it's just getting on a bit now. For a restate, you know, we should have some information like a confirmed date or something for the map DLC by now. Surely it's not the case now that we're going to have to wait like months and probably next year, I reckon, until we actually get a release date for it. But we'll never know. We might get something sooner than later, hey. Just need to give us a recap, like a recap video on this YouTube channel, like give us another update video how the map DLC is progressing. You know, they haven't done anything since January, so maybe give us another update video, maybe like something about now or something, just to tell us what's been happening on Truck Driver and what stuff is coming. You know, waiting on the AI trucks, for example, is still bad enough. You know, just simple things like that. They're still not implementing the AI semi trucks. I just don't know why something like that is still going to be waiting on. You know, that's maybe tied in the map DLC as well, that they have to just wait on the map DLC coming out to implement the AI semi trucks, and also when the premium edition, the PS5 version, the current gen version, the Truck Driver premium edition, they're still waiting on that as well, because that's of course tied with the map DLC as well. So things like that. I mean, yeah, it's been more than a year now, all these things. I mean, give us all these videos back in September 2021, map, the teaser trailer and all the client videos, and you know, nothing else after that really. I know they've not done any live streams on their YouTube channel for a while of Truck Driver, so I don't know. Also, they got a new community manager as well, didn't they? Soedesco, they got a new community manager, and I think Martin left, so I don't know what the case is now. That's my employee driver disciplinary is ripped, and so he's done. I'm going to try and suss him out soon. So I'll get something. Let's do it now actually. Oh, where is he just now? He's way down the bottom here, isn't he? He's way down Frankfurt, isn't he? Right down at the bottom of the map here. Let's just do some random ones. Get some bricks for him. And stacked wood, that's a bit now for him to keep him rolling. Keep him going, that's the main thing. But yeah, right, they should do some more live streams of truck driver soedesco, like, you know, give us another video. I know they did a heading off video or something, you know, so just them heading off map briefly on before it's meant to release, you know, they showed us some of that, you know. But no, nothing came after that, you know. We're getting some speed now, so we can get the thing. It's going crazy behind. Oh, and there we go. I knew it. But that's just a skateboard damaging now, it's not the actual truck itself. This thing's got a container on the back and it's acting like it's causing damage, and it's not any of it, it's just an empty trailer. You know, that's just then the problem as well, you know. And yeah, just I think a lot of you have probably moved on from both of these games now, where they're just waiting on some proper truck simulator to come out, you know. Hopefully my money will be on ETS2 or ETS3 coming to console. I know that's like 10 years old, you know, ETS2 now, so you know what I mean. That's again, the ETS2's still living the dream still, isn't it? It's still getting updates, it's still getting new map DLCs, reworks some old maps as well, you know, so everything looks like it's, you know, it almost looks like a new, looks like a new game pretty much when you think about the way they do all the reworks and maps, all the everything on ETS2, and looks like it's just brand new. Even to keep the graphics up to date as well, you know, everything, you know, the graphical engine is quite old, the news and everything looks night and day compared to this game, you know. It's still so much better than this game graphical wise, you know, it's better than each engine. But you know what I mean, ETS2 is always going to be king of the road for now until we do get any more console trucking games, so it's most of them obviously are kind of you know, half-baked, you know. I know Construction Simulator is really good. I'm feeling like Construction Simulator has, I mean, it's got more potential, you know. I mean, I've played it for hours, obviously, man, you know. So Game Tech played it for quite a while as well, and he's doing it. I mean, he's enjoying it as much as I'm doing it as well. It's just a really relaxing game. I mean, you do drive the trucks as well, don't you? In that game, you got some cement trucks, you got Arctic trucks, so you actually do have trucks. You got DAF in there as well, and Mack and Kenworth, and MEM of course, and Scania. So you actually do have a few truck brands. Maybe we'll get Volvo in the future. I mean, it'll be almost like a ETS2 game, like a, you know, kind of like, you know, it might be, as I say, it might be one of the best simulation games, you know, out there, Construction Simulator. I mean, it's going to get, I'm sure it's got a road map as well for next year, so it's going to obviously get DLC and new truck brands, you know. Obviously, and as you think about like really old games back in the days, they have to be completely finished and stuff, you know. We're gonna come to a standstill up in this bit. I'll let some of these AI get past me. Yeah, I mean, as I say, like old games, you know, like if you think about some time in the past, a lot of these old games, you know, they have to be released without bugs and that, you know. You can't get any more updates or games back in the days, you know, back in the days when PS1 and 2 were out, you pretty much have to release a complete finished game back then, you know. But now with this current gen, you do get patches and stuff, content, DLC. That's the whole point, I think, with current gen now. Everything's almost live service these days, you know. Games in the future, maybe you think now will become live service games that you have to be on the internet 24/7 just to play it, you know, like Gran Turismo, for example, you know, all that. I mean, I don't really like live service games. I mean, but maybe that's going to be a thing now, you know. But the thing is as well, with patches as well, like DLC and that can get released, you know. That's the point now as well with this current gen now, you know. DLC, you can get DLC in old games, so it's this kind of modern day gaming cycle now that games do release half finished and get things added in later, you know, fixed on, you know, stuff like that, you know. That's the way things go, I think. I mean, it's not the best thing in my opinion, but it's the way things go. I mean, isn't like them recent games like properly broken, like Cyberpunk Odyssey, you know. But I mean, they do release games that are almost like 3/4 done or something, and then have the last quarter of them just fixing it and fixing all the lane and bugs and stuff, you know. You can see how bad this game is, you know, by all the popping of the traffic. You can see the AI popping, and it's still kind of it's kind of still quite bad in this generation, you know. Next gen with the PS5 version of this game is still kind of like the last gen version. Like the only thing probably we've actually got is 4K, maybe a bit of better trees at least that don't disappear on the side of the screen all the time, you know. In the last gen version they're popping in and out. And also I mean, it's not I'm guessing this game isn't quite like the PC version of this. I mean, I was saying this was like the PC version of one of my videos, and now I feel like this is worse than the PC version still. And the PC version, obviously you can match the settings. Of course, I don't even know if this is actually matched out on PS5. I'm sure you could manage the PC version, no doubt, without any issues. But they just don't want to release a fully maxed out version of the game, you know. They could do this, they could actually do that probably without, and I don't think it would be much of an issue. But they chose to also release the game just slightly better than the PS4 version. You know, it's still kind of ridiculous how bad it is still, you know. I mean, it's maybe what's putting a lot of the gamers off this game a bit now. It's just coming now that they've moved on. As I say, the heavy cargo simulator game is the main focus by the looks of it now. And we're supposed to be getting a DAF truck in this game, and you know, the DAF truck and the tankers are still not really materialised yet. I mean, we've been waiting that for such a long time, you know. Why not give us a wee update on, you know, on YouTube, give us an update for On The Road again, you know, put another video out there just to see what stuff needs to be. I mean, give us an update of some new future content, you know, the DAF truck for example, just give us an update on that as well, you know. I mean, they did that video a while ago now, so I don't even know what's happened. If maybe it's something to do with the licensing or something that they can get it. Maybe they'll have to wait on them, maybe getting back to them and knowing if they're going to get it or not. So maybe it's not happening, I don't know. I mean, at least I've still got Scania trucks, you know, and that's the main thing. I like Scanias, is one of my favourite truck brands, you know. I said before in the last video, I was saying about them in more simulation games like Bus Sim, Construction Simulator, and I think then another game as well, Construction Simulator, Bus Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator obviously, and then another game as well, then this game of course as well. And it's nice to see Scania getting out there a bit more in simulation games. I think a lot of you do like Scanias, appreciate Scanias the most out of the trucking brands. I mean, I don't know, I mean, that's my favourite trucking brand somehow as well, you know. a lot of you like Volvo trucks as well and stuff, you know. I mean, Volvo trucks would be a nice addition as well to this game, you know. But yes, it's difficult sometimes to get names in the game, you know. And the bus is saying earlier has Scania TML, the bus. That's got Scania as well. It's got a citywide. So we're not too far now from our destination now. I mean, we're still having half only like half the truck roaded up. You know, it's still the same as it is before. You know, off stream I had to keep doing this. I mean, I did a good few off stream drivings of the container. You know, and it's hardly been any what time that I've had two on. It's always failed. It's always coming up with that message all the time. It's just a bit skill left now in this game, you know. I mean, I've had issues with the AI as well, you know, the AI being. I mean, I did see there was one of the builds that I did, one of the trucks was on its side when I was driving. One of the cities, I was driving in the city and this MEM truck was sitting on its side. I don't know if it's an AI one or if it was just one that was just parked, but it was on its side, which directly on its side. Like what the heck was that? What the heck was going on? It was a truck on its side, which if it was an AI truck spawned in off any angle. I mean, I went along the road then not too long ago off stream as well. I should have really showed you it on stream, but it was just a shame I didn't. There was AI vehicles spawning in a weird angle, like they spawned in, but they hit the reservation. Well, some of them actually spawned in the opposite direction. They done a wee spin. Like they spawned in, but they actually did a wee spin when they spawned in. Like they were crashing into the barriers, so they couldn't move obviously. So it was really funny seeing that actually. I mean, bizarre as well. Like there was a coach that did that as well. Get some revs. Not got a Scania V8 unfortunately. That's how we're struggling up these hills. You know, 410 horsepower. Doesn't count the Mustang unfortunately. I mean it should, because they shouldn't struggle up these hills 410. I mean I was coming to a call on one of the hills. You know, still that as well issue. They're not where we've gone with, you know, the overroad. That's why the trucks are overroaded. That's probably the reason why the truck can't drive. If half it the other container, the truck would never drive. That's probably why the reason why you can. I was thinking that's actually the reason why you couldn't get the truck on the hill. On the hill. I'm sure it is. The point is that maybe they actually and if the truck was too overloaded, the truck wouldn't get out the hills at all. That's probably the reason why it was like that. You know. It's just a pity now, you know. The game has to be in this state now. We have to just accept having one container on after the reviews. But I'm sure some of you probably have actually done this with this patch with two containers. Maybe it's just me. I don't know if there's an issue of I'm not working properly at the stats of the container. You know, the weight of the containers, for example. I'm not sure if I'm looking at them properly. For example, maybe I wasn't looking when I put two containers and then the truck saying it was overweight because the containers are too heavy. I could be wrong on that, but I'm sure it can take any, to be honest. It's not going to be much of an issue, you know. It's just this game has got the issue, you know. And that's why what I mean about doing this. I won't really want to cover this game on the channel in the near future, to be honest. So I mean, this could be my last video possibly on stream of the game, and we might just move on to other games. I've got more games to just more games to just cover these days now. You know, I want to cover Train Sim World again. I want to try and do Construction Simulator, Tourist Bus Simulator, hopefully Firm Bus, just double driving games. Maybe get back to Mud Runner as well, because I've got a couple of videos still, and I still not really got around to uploading them. But this coach is scraping the barrier. Oh! I thought he was going to hit something there. I mean, yeah, I've got these snow runner videos to put up in the channel as well sometime, so I'm going to try and get them on. I mean, as I said, obviously just never do probably move on to other, probably try and move on to other games in the meantime. We might get back into some snow runner, mud runner eventually. We just be a bit patient, and we'll try and get some other games. We've got plenty of games now, because I mean, I have picked up a few games, Train Life, get back into Tourist Bus Sim. Oh, we're struggling out of this hill here. No, so this is the issue here. We're not even getting out this wee hill. It's come back into gears. This is what's been happening. And we only got one container in this truck. Literally, why we did 410 horsepower? That's how I can't count the mustard, you know. We need to get a 770 horsepower, don't we? Therefore, let's do it. Over the engine up. No, it doesn't even work either. But it's going to give me a wee humph there, didn't really. Like, the truck looks like it behaves like it's only got like it only has like a car engine instead of an actual big truck end. And we literally got like a full loaded truck. I mean, this feels like it's trying to behave like it's not got any power. Here we are, railway shipping. Once again, you know, we see the same, almost looks like the same location all the time, isn't it? So yeah, I don't know if I'll be doing this on stream. Probably play this game off stream a bit more now these days, you know. That's the point now, is just to maybe be a bit, move on to some other games, you know. We have done this game, we have actually done this for quite a while now, yeah, so done plenty of videos of this game, you know. It was enough what we've done, yeah, but we might get back into this game when there's an update does drop, you know. Not that way, gotta want that again. Is it? Why is it not anything like that? Oh, I'll tell you what's happened. I've moved on to this side, haven't I? Oh, there we go. Right, that's done. Just get these twist slots shut. Somehow I don't understand why you don't really need to be really moved to this anyway. Just sometimes it's a bit bizarre. Sometimes it tells you close doors, twist locks, you know. It doesn't matter really. Just didn't know that message at the bottom there. It's fine. It doesn't really count anyway. There's no anything on it. So yes, that's us done and dusted with that delivery. I hope you have enjoyed. Let me just check my employee. How's he getting on? he's getting on with his bricks, and now at the moment he's picking up and start rigging his next one, so he's getting on a bit now as we speak. Yeah, so yeah, as I say, we hope you have enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe to the channel. I'm just saying this might be the last video of On The Road for the foreseeable future at the moment till an update does drop. And as I said before, we'll probably move on to some other games, you know, hopefully Train Simulator until we get back into Bus Simulator, Construction Simulator hopefully as well. So many games out there now to actually cover now that I'm going to be skipping to a lot of games, you know, back and forth. It's a good thing as well to keep the channel varied and simulation titles, you know, it's a good thing as well. So yeah, that's without going on waffling on too much longer, and I'll have the playlists of all my content on the end of simulation gig stuff, you know, all that various stuff on the channel. And then of course in the description box is the link to my podcast as well, pretty much interviewing bands on that podcast, so it's something quite different. If you enjoy a bit of that heavy metal bands, check that out as well. And yes, and hopefully catch you in another video, so bye for now.